Well, this is Sunday, October the 3rd, 2021, and they're going to see that, and you're going to see you doing that if you don't mind. We're leaving Utica, New York for Gloversville, New York on a New York State Thruway. A rainy day is not a bad day. Usually there's nobody around on these days, and we're kind of free to shoot a little bit of footage down there. But the cemetery is not very well maintained, so I only once ever saw anybody else in there exiting the Thruway in only 8 miles. Fonda, New York. Wasn't it McDonald's at your kind of place or something? It was just all of a sudden it just hit me. I don't know where it came from.
McDonald's is our kind of place. It's such a happy place. Happy place. A clean and snappy place. McDonald's is our kind of place. It's such a happy place. McDonald's is our kind of place. Your kind of place.
I think I'll take a ride by the Glove Theater first, and then when we're done with this, we're going to try to find the old Decca Records factory that is a warehouse at this point. Up here on the left is the hotel where Sam Goldwyn spent a lot of time.
Which building?
This building right here.
Okay.
Where the big windows there, the Kingsborough. Used to be the Kingsborough Hotel. Did we pass the Glove Theater? Yeah, that was, it's just a skid row now, but that's where Sam Goldwyn was selling gloves and made a lot of connections before he ended up going out west. And there's some lights on there. I'm just going to pull over. No trip to Gloversville will be complete without a trip to the Glove Theater, which I'm standing in front of right now. There's not much here. The last time I was here, it was gutted inside, no seats. But it was where the Shine brothers had their headquarters, upstairs for the Shine theater circuit. No, it's still here. I don't know how well it's doing now, but it's got lights. It's a good sign. Well, now that we're closing in on the cemetery, it's definitely raining. I always come here when it's raining for some reason. And it's hard to find from downtown Gloversville, but it's called Prospect Hill Cemetery. So generally, if you stay in town and go uphill, you'll get to the cemetery. That's how I'm navigating. I'm just going uphill. We're going to go that way because it's kind of uphill. It actually looks mowed. That's a real good sign.
After 250 feet, turn left, Kingsborough Avenue. Then turn
But we're
left.
at the way at the bottom end here. We gotta go up and then we make another turn. Nice to stick their little advertising signs in the cemetery.
I saw those.
That's real class act. Yeah, okay, here's
Okay,
Kingsborough
yes,
Ave.
that's-
Okay. When I was on this, didn't realize I was there. Okay. Oh, here we go. Now we know where we are. I went right by it. It actually looks better than I remembered. It's fairly well maintained along this side.
Is it the last one over to the right?
Yeah, this is where we go, right down here.
Yes.
Nice big rut in the road. Yeah, it looks good. It looks all clean.
I'm going to have to be careful.
That's his last wife, Elise. And these were some of her family members, which have already shown before. There's also another one over here, Souls, kind of off to the side. Mary Souls, because the main monument,
Why don't you get a
Souls,
shot of the house that shows up directly behind? That's how you
Dyer,
found it.
Lee. Yeah, the way I found this originally was this house up in the back. If you're staying at the main monument, there's a white house at the top of the hill, and you can project your way down through. There it is. The main monument is very clean. I don't know. I almost think somebody came in here and cleaned it, but it could just simply been our efforts from a few years ago finally took hold. I'm not sure, but it definitely looks pretty good here. Would you say? It looks really good here. So the only thing,
Than the first time we found it.
right? The first time I found it, I could not find his marker. It was covered with this stump that a tree must have rotted and fell down, but it's still growth there. So I'd like to take that down with my weed eater. That's what we've done in the past, or my hedge clippers. But I'm glad we came because it's good. It looks good here, and anybody else that comes in, well, there's no cleanup. Nothing needs to be cleaned here. It's easier to find him now. And we were just entertained by him this summer and up in Mabel's room. He's such a funny guy in so many movies.
Such a difference the first time it came through. You got to dig to find it
Yeah.
because it was
They-
under that
but
overgrown.
There also was a lot of brush falling down, and they've cleaned this place up. I don't know who, I mean, it had to be the cemetery. You're not going to have people like volunteering for this kind of work. And for those who care, there's a little street down here that goes into a Jewish cemetery. There's a Clyde Street down here. There's a small hidden Jewish cemetery that contains the graves of the Shines, and who ran the Shine circuit of movie theaters. And They brought a lot of people into town in the 1930s. They even brought the MGM Lion in for a promotion for all their sales. People came into town and all that. So one of the Shine brothers is right here, right there. Very famous guys in their time. I would say they probably rubbed elbows with some of the Hollywood bigwigs. They ran a huge movie theater circuit in central New York, and maybe outside of New York even, I'm not sure of that. This is Julius Meyer Shine, right there. You don't even have to get out of your car. And there's his main monument right there. I don't know what the name of this cemetery is, but not far from Prospect Hill Cemetery, and a little bit of Hollywood history in central New York. There is an old gate at the other end here that, if you read the words backwards, it says Knesset Israel Cemetery. This gate is permanently closed. This entrance erected in 1978. Why would it be so run down at this point? It's pretty interesting. Okay, we're leaving the the Knesset Israel Cemetery. We're leaving in Gloversville, and we're going to go up and find Decca Records Factory, which is now a warehouse. Saw it on Google Earth, so hopefully we're going to find it. It's Universal Warehouse, but this used to be Decca Records. You see Universal Warehousing. There's no question about it.
That's it.
That's the building. That's it. Yeah, it was just like a factory, right? It wasn't anything glamorous about it.
You in the blue suit, hold it. I'm a police officer. Put your hands on top of your head and come over here, fast.
I want the keys of that car and I want them fast. Take them out of your pocket, drop them on the ground.
Keys won't do you any good near. You won't get very far on a flat. Just move a little closer. I'll be able to get a shot at you.
Better call the coroner. That's his playmate in the blue suit. Take him down to headquarters and book him. I'm Broderick, Crawford. I hope you've enjoyed the program we brought to you. And you'll be with us again next week at the same time.
It's Dairyland. It is Dairyland.
Eight little Indian boys traveling in Devon. One said he'd stay right there, and then there were seven little Indian boys chopping up some sticks, till one chopped himself in half, and then there were six. Six little Indian boys playing with a hive. A bumblebee stung one of them, and then there were five little Indian boys going in for law. Now one got in chancery, and then there were four little Indian boys going out to sea. A red herring swallowed one, and then there were three little Indian boys walking in the zoo. A big bear hugged one, and then there were
for nursery rhymes is in the nursery.
Don't worry, Judge. He's down to the last Indian.
Little Indian boy sitting in the sun. One got all frizzled up, and then there was one little Indian boy left all alone. Какой ужас. So he went and hanged himself